Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Good morning, my students at home. Welcome back to the Salah celebration. And today we are going to continue the normal lesson. And the segment of this lesson, today we are going to look at the behavior of gases and gas law. And this lesson is lesson number 1, and this lesson is for SS1. And as I've said, the topic is the behavior of gases and gas law. But on this segment, we are going to look at the behavior of gases before we enter into gas law in our subsequent lesson. So, in looking at behavior of gases, there are terms that we use to describe, the behavior of gases. And these terms are the gas volume, the temperature, the pressure, and the standard temperature and pressure. Of course, these terms are very, very important when we are going to look at the topic gas law. So, the gas volume, of course, we know the volume of a gas. The volume of a gas is the space it occupies. Yes, it is the same as the volume of the container. As you can see, the SI unit of volume is cubic meter, or cubic centimeter, or cubic decimeter. On the board, you can see we have cubic meter, which is M3. This is called meter cube. However, we have cubic decimeter, which is dm cube. This is called dm cube, as I've said earlier. And we have cubic centimeter, which is called cm cube. The dm cube and the cm cube are the more popular ones that we will be seeing in our subsequent calculations. So for the purpose of conversion, or for conversion purpose, 1 dm cube is equals to 1000 centimeter cube. That is, 1000 centimeter cube is equals to 1 dm cube. So, secondly, we have temperature. The temperature is a measure of the degree of hotness or coldness of a body. And of course, we all know it is measured by the use of a thermometer. And the unit, or the SI unit of temperature, is degree absolute, or degree centigrade, or Kelvin scale in other cases. And the symbol for Kelvin is K, and it measures absolute temperature. Likewise, the symbol for degree absolute or degree centigrade is this. As you can see, the sign of degree here, and the C is centigrade. So the temperature, the Kelvin temperature scale has the same interval as the Celsius scale, measured in Celsius degree centigrade. So, however, Kelvin temperatures are, 273 degrees, higher than the corresponding Celsius temperatures. What I'm trying to explain here is, for a purpose of conversion, once you have 0 degrees Celsius, is equals to 273 Kelvin. Am I communicating? So therefore, for the purpose of conversion, I have some examples here. 1. Convert to 27 degrees Celsius to Kelvin scale. It's very easy. What you are going to do is just to add, this 27 to 273. Whatever you have, the unit should be in Kelvin. Automatically, you have converted that. Like for this example, we say convert 27 degrees Celsius to Kelvin. This is 27 degrees Celsius. This is equals to 27 plus 273. That is 0. Whatever you have as degrees Celsius, you add it to 273. Whatever you get is what you are going to use in Kelvin. This time, not in degree Celsius, because you have already converted it to what? To Kelvin. So I have another example here. We said convert 200 Kelvin to Celsius scale. The first one we said convert, Celsius scale to Kelvin. But the second one, we are converting Kelvin scale to Celsius scale. So in this case, we have 200 Kelvin. This you will minus 273. Because whatever, if you want to get your Celsius scale, you are now to minus 273 from, the Kelvin scale. Whatever you have is your Celsius scale. So here we have 200 minus, in this case not plus, because what we want to get is degree Celsius, not Kelvin. So therefore we will minus 273, degree Celsius. Whatever we have, 200 minus 273, of course we are going to have minus 73 degree centigrade or degree Celsius. This is the conversion. So thirdly, we have pressure. So therefore, pressure is defined as force per unit area, and of course it determines the direction of flow of matter, usually from a region of higher concentration to a region of lower concentration. Of course, you have seen this in biology and other science subjects. So here we have pressure. The SI unit of pressure is Newton per square meter or Newton per meter square. Anyhow you choose to call it. This is the unit. This is the SI unit. You can write it in this form: Nn minus 2. This is Newton per meter square. Or you can write it N/M2. This is still the same thing. But for a large pressures, you have K Nn minus 2 is used. This K is it stands for 1,000. That is pressures that are from 1,000 and above. So example, 1,000 Newton per meter square is equals to 1.0 Knn square. That is for the purpose of conversion, for the purpose of large pressures, as I've said earlier. So gas pressures are also expressed in atmosphere. That is ATM, the unit, the symbol, or the unit rather, the symbol, anyone you choose. So here, the atmospheric pressure is 1 atmosphere. I repeat, the atmospheric pressure is 1 atmosphere. So for conversion purposes, or for the purpose of conversion, 1 atmosphere is always equals to 760 millimeter mercury. 1 atmosphere, repeat, for the purpose of conversion is equals to 760 millimeter mercury. When you come for calculation, of course, these terms or these conversions, they are very important. Please, you should always take note of it. And in the same way, 1 ATM or 1 atmosphere is equals to 1.01 times 10 raised to the power of 5 Newton per meter square. As you can see, in pressure, we have the unit. We have millimeter mercury and we have Newton per meter square. So it depends on the variables that you have been given from the question that is being asked. Of course, when you start calculation, you will see what I'm talking. Lastly, standard temperature and pressure, which is STP. STP means standard temperature and pressure. So temperature and pressure are the 2 variables that affect gas volumes. That is, we always emphasize on volume and temperature of any kind of container. But here, in order to determine or compare volumes of various gases, the standard experimental conditions are 273 Kelvin for 0 degrees Celsius or 0 degrees Celsius and 1 atmosphere, such that 760 millimeter mercury or 1.01 times 10 raised to the power of 5 Newton per meter square. As I have explained earlier, these conditions are called standard temperature and pressure. In order to understand standard temperature and pressure very well, these are terms that are already, calculated, and they are, the standard values that we are expected to use. So always, even in a question, when you have been, you are required a question that has to do with standard temperature and pressure. In some cases, you may not be given the value of temperature, but it is expected that you use 273 as one, as any volume that you have been. Likewise, when you have not been given pressure, but you have been given temperature, you are expected to just automatically use 760 millimeter mercury in the case of any question that has been given that the pressure was not given. I hope you understood the explanation very well. I hope you understand the explanation very well. So these are the terms that we use, as I've said earlier, to describe the behavior of gases. Now, assignments. Please quickly state the SI unit of volume, temperature, and pressure. 2. What is the relationship between Celsius and Kelvin temperature? Thank you very much. God bless you. Please make sure you do the assignments, and make sure you always consult your textbooks. Thank you very much.